Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of Public Works for today, August 10th, 2016.
Commissioner Repenning, James, and Jacinto are present. President James, we have a quorum. May we start with Bureau introductions, please, starting with Bureau of Street Services.
Good morning, Tim Tyson, Bureau of Street Services.
Good morning, Ali Posti, Bureau of Sanitation.
Good morning, Mahmoud Karimzadeh, Bureau of Engineering.
Good morning, Hannah Choi, Bureau of Contract Administration.
Good morning, Ruben Flamenco, Bureau of Street Lighting.
Good morning, Ted Jordan, Public Works General Counsel.
Fernando Campos, Executive Officer. President James, we do not have any speaker cards under general public comment, no commentary under the neighborhood councils, and no speaker cards for today's agenda.
Okay, then we'll close general public comment as well as our neighborhood council category of commentary. Our first item of business, the approval of the meeting minutes from the meeting of Friday, July 22nd, 2016. Is there a second to my motion that we approve those meeting minutes? By Commissioner Repenning. Any objection? Without objection, we'll approve those meeting minutes. Just a few housekeeping and administrative items. Agenda item number 11, the special event permit appeal, has been withdrawn by the applicant. So number 11 will be withdrawn from the calendar. There are assessment hearings, agenda items 2 through 8, Bureau of Street Lighting and Council Districts 13, 14, 3, 5, 11, and 9. Mr. Flamenco, I believe all of those council hearing dates are August 17, 2016. Why don't you take us through those?
Ruben Flamenco, Bureau of Street Lighting. Items 2 through 8 pertain to lighting districts, which we are creating in conjunction with private development projects. Ballots for items 2 to 8 were mailed on June 30th, 2016. Ballots for items 2 to 8 must be received by the City Clerk's office by next Wednesday, August 17th. We have not received any objections to date on items 2 to 8. We are requesting for the board to adopt and forward items 2 to 8 forthwith to City Council.
Is there any questions on agenda items 2 through 8? Commissioner Sintos made a motion that we adopt agenda items 2 through 8. Any questions? Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda items 2 through 8. Any issues sending those forthwith? We'll send those forthwith. Council District 2, agenda item number 13. The Bureau of Engineering is recommending that the board grant the request to correct the Sperano and Mooney Architecture Incorporated consultant contract number from C144046 to C124704 in the board report that was adopted back on May 23, 2016 in connection with the Studio City Recreation Center new gymnasium. Gary Lamb is here. There's a motion filed. Gary, all we're doing, we're just correcting the contract number on this, correct? Yes. Okay. Any questions, colleagues, on agenda item number 13? Okay, Commissioner Sintos made a motion that we adopt agenda item number 13. I'll second it. Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 13. Any issues sending number 13 forthwith? Okay, we'll send number 13 forthwith. Mr. Ledoux, on agenda item number 12, Council District 5, above ground facility appeal at 373 South La Jolla Avenue. Commissioner Jacinto recommending that the board deny Evelyn and Elias Shamam's appeal of the Bureau of Engineering's determination to locate the above ground facility adjacent to 373 South La Jolla Avenue. My understanding is that the parties have reached an agreement that the appeal will be denied with a condition. Is that correct, sir?
That is correct. Basically, we agreed to put it 40 feet south of the northeast corner of La Jolla, and the actual location is west side of La Jolla Avenue, approximately 139 feet north of 4th Street, whereas before it was 106. We did meet with Mr. Shaman and his lawyer both, and they did agree to that location.
Great. Thank you for the extra work on that. Please pass on our thanks to the representatives of the Shamams as well as to them themselves. Any questions regarding agenda item number 12? Commissioner Jacinto, with that condition, Commissioner Jacinto will move that we adopt agenda item number 12 with the conditions stated on the record by Mr. Ledoux. I'll second it. Any objection? Without objection, we will adopt agenda item number 12 with the condition placed as Mr. Ledoux did on the record. Any objection? Without objection, we'll approve it. Any issue sending it forthwith? We'll send number 12 forthwith. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Agenda item number 1. We have bids to open this morning for a secondary sewer renewal program, Melrose Avenue and Wilton Place. Mr. Campos on agenda item number 1.
Thank you, Mr. President. Fernando Campos, Executive Officer. The bids to be received today, August 10th, 2016, is for the Secondary Sewer Renewal Program, H22 on Melrose Avenue and Wilton Place. This is in Council District number 4 and 13. The city has estimated this project to be at $3,083,600. The first bid received for this project is from Grifco Incorporated for a total bid amount of $3,675,138 even. That's $3,675,138 from Grifco Incorporated. The second bid received for this project is from MNR Construction Incorporated for a total bid amount of $2,519,130 even. That's $2,519,130 from MNR Construction Incorporated. The third bid received is from Ramona Incorporated for a total bid amount of $2,328,186 even. That's $2,328,186 from Ramona Incorporated. For the record, line item number 9 has been lined out by the contractor but has been initialed. The fourth bid received for this project is from Vasilch Incorporated for a total bid amount of $2,262,739 even. That's $2,262,739 from Vasilch Incorporated. The fifth and final bid received for this project is from Colich & Sons, LP, for a total bid amount of $2,831,184 even. That's $2,831,184 from Colich & Sons, LP. President James, that concludes the bid openings for today.
Thank you, Mr. Campos. Is there a second to my motion that we receive the bids forthwith by Commissioner Jacinto? Any objection? Without objection, the bids will be received. Thank you, ladies. Let's see, agenda item number 9. The Bureau of Sanitation is recommending that the board approve and execute the Memorandum of Understanding with the transmittals between the Department of Public Works, Bureau of Sanitation, and Los Angeles World Airports for waste and recyclables collection, transfer, processing, or disposal services for the Los Angeles International Airport. That includes the airfield terminal, airfield operations area, and landside routes. And authorize the President or 2 members of the Board of Public Works to execute the Memorandum of Understanding. Also, amending the agenda item to forward the item to the mayor and to delete unrelated pages that were submitted in connection with transmittal number 2. Mr. Potter from the Bureau of Sanitation.
Good morning, Commissioners, Bureau Representatives, City Attorney, and Executive Officer. I'm Robert Potter with Bureau of Sanitation. What you have before you is an MOU between LA San and LAWA for the collection of waste at LAWA. 2006, LA San and LAWA entered into an agreement to take over LA San to take over the collection of the waste at LAX. LAWA's previous service provider terminated service in February of 2006. And LAWA determined that LA San could provide the service at a competitive price compared to private haulers. LAWA and LA San focused on safety, security, and requiring background checks for all the LA San truck operators. In 2008, LA Sand and Lawa agreement for service on the airfield operation and landside was a 5-year agreement with a month-to-month thereafter. Per the current MOU, LA Sand and Lawa have the ability to terminate the memorandum within 30 days with notice. The new MOU that LA Sand and Lawa have entered into will consolidate all the services into one MOU and will also include additional services specifically for the collection of recyclables and organics materials. Lawa had many recycling service haulers, but due to safety and security reasons, outreach to LA Sand to take over the services. The recyclables are sent to current LA Sand contractors, and any monetary credits received from the recycling vendors will be paid to Lawa. We are currently working with the new ordinances for food waste to ensure that Lawa has and will be compliant with that, and we're working as partners to make sure that we have a good program. The term of the agreement for this is a 5-year with a month-to-month thereafter, and the service rates are to be reviewed annually and adjusted as appropriate, and the first 5-year term is estimated to be about $2.5 million. This will be a full cost recovery MOU. On June 2nd, the LAWA Board and Commissioners also approved the MOU.
Just a couple of things, Mr. Potter, before I open it up for other questions. I just want to confirm that, for the record, that the LAWA Board of Commissioners approved the MOU already, correct?
That is correct.
The one that we're dealing with now, the board report indicated, I guess, in June or whatever month it was.
Yes, I have 2 signed copies.
All right. And then, Mr. Jordan, anything to add from your perspective on this at all?
No, we have no issues with the
Okay.
MOU.
Thank you, sir. Any questions at all? Is there a motion on agenda item number 9 by Commissioner Repenning, seconded by Commissioner Cento? Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 9. Any issue sending number 9 forthwith? We'll send number 9 forthwith. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Just for clarification, that was
As amended, yes, I'm sorry. My motion was as amended, yes.
And
Oh,
to
I'm sorry.
to delete the unrelated pages on Transmittal 2.
Right, correct. And that was your motion, Commissioner Repenning? Okay.
Thank you for the clarification.
Thank you, Mr. Campos. Agenda item number 10, Council District 5, requested tree removal at 300 South Weatherly Drive. Did we do everything we needed to do on number 9, Mr. Campos?
No, that's it.
Okay. So we have the vote and the forthwith on number 9. Back to number 10, the tree removal at 300 South Weatherly Drive, recommending that the board consider the California Environmental Quality Act addendum to the Environmental Impact Report, that's Transmittal 5, State Clearinghouse with the number in the agenda and vesting tentative track map number 68577 for construction of a new residential condominium development at 300 South Weatherly Drive. Prior to making a decision on the proposed street tree removals permit, find under the California Environmental Quality Act Guidelines, Section 15162, on the basis of substantial evidence contained in the whole record, that none of the conditions described in the Guidelines section requiring preparation of a subsequent CEQA document exists. Number 3, specify that the Urban Forestry Division of the Bureau of Street Services, located at 1149 South Broadway, is the custodian of the documents or other material which constitutes the record of the proceedings upon which the board's decision is based. And number 4, review and approve this fee permit request for the removal of a total of 5 street trees. It's 1 Indian laurel fig, which is a ficus tree, 2 Chinese weeping figs, which is a form of ficus tree, 1 she oak tree, 1 silver dollar gum tree, for all of it for street widening on Weatherly Drive and on 3rd Street. The tree replacements are on a 2-to-1 ratio. They are required with a minimum of 10 24-inch box-sized trees and 4 hang on, let me find my other sheet because that's where I cut off. Let's see. Yeah, why don't we give me another, let's see. Oh, yeah, and 4 palms. All right, thank you. Somehow I'm missing a page. All right, let me go to my other copy, which I do have. It's complete, yeah. Okay, Mr. Tyson on number 10.
President James, Commissioners,
The one he gave me.
Bureau Representatives, City Attorney, and Executive Officer. Jonathan Jensen Developer is constructing a 95-unit residential condominium complex located at 300 South Weatherly Drive, bounded by West 3rd Street to the north, South Almont Drive to the east, and an alley to the south. Contained in the entitlements are Bureau of Engineering requirements, Transmittal 8, including street widening and sidewalk reconstruction. Linda Haas, property owner, representative success, and several street trees adjacent to development will be severely impacted by the required improvements. Mrs. Haas contacted the Bureau of Street Services requesting the site to be inspected to determine the relationship between the proposed construction, street improvements, and the adjacent trees. A Bureau arborist inspected the subject location on June 15, 2015. The inspection revealed one fair condition she oak tree and one weeping Chinese fig tree growing in front of the location, measuring an average of 25 inches in diameter it should be at chest height, by 40 to 65 feet in height, growing in a 7-foot improved parkway, and one fair condition silver dollar gum tree, one Indian laurel fig tree, and one Chinese weeping fig tree measuring approximately 19 to 36 inches in diameter at chest height by 30 to 40 feet in height, growing in a 7-foot improved parkway, and a 4-foot by 4-foot tree well. On Weatherly Drive side, applicant is required to widen the roadway to complete a 22.5-foot roadway, and on 3rd Street side, the applicant is required to widen the roadway to complete a 35-foot-and-a-half roadway. Due to the scope of the project, the required root pruning and widening to allow the trees to remain without significantly adversely affecting the tree's health and root structural integrity is not possible. Therefore, the required street widening and related street improvements require tree removal and replanting. California Environmental Quality Act. The board must comply with CEQA prior to granting any permit authorizing the pruning and removal of any subject street trees. As a responsible agency under CEQA, California Environmental Quality Act, prior to granting the requested permits, the board must consider the environmental effects of the following: the proposed street tree removals and associated roadway and street improvements as described in the California Environmental Quality Act, Addendum Transmittal 5, the dedication and widening on Weatherly Drive and on West 3rd Street as described in the Letter of Determination, Transmittal 8. The mitigation measures include the addendum related to project construction are assumed to include the associated street widening, new driveways construction, and sidewalk reconstruction activities. Cumulative impacts, according to California Environmental Quality Act. There are no concurrent or planned construction of similar developments in the project vicinity that would contribute to the cumulative impacts with this permit request. According to the Urban Forestry Division, no tree removal permit has been issued or obtained within the last 6 months and within 1 block radius of the project site. However, one tree removal permit was received, Table 1, and pending to be issued, and a review of the Department of Public Works permits and Navigate LA indicate that one Class A permit was issued in the last 6 months within a 1 block radius. The removal of the 5 street trees, street widening, public sidewalk reconstruction, and new driveways construction are not anticipated to contribute to cumulative environmental impacts due to the low number of other issued and pending permits in the area. Mr. John Darnell, District Director of the 5th Council District Office, was informed of the tree removal request on May 16, 2015. The Community Forest Advisory Committee was also notified, as well as the Urban Forestry Division contacted everybody on the removal notification system that we have currently when we post the trees, and they contact us to let us know to contact them when this would be heard. Tree replacement condition. The applicant shall plant a total of 14 trees. 2 to 1 would be 10. The applicant shall plant a minimum of 5 24-inch box-sized Chinese elm, almost parvifolia trees on the West 3rd Street, 4 25 feet brown trunk-sized Canary Island date palms, Phoenix canariensis, on South Weatherly Drive, and 5 24-inch box-sized Chinese elms on the South Almont Drive to replace the live removed trees and provide watering to the trees for a minimum of 5 years. On the project site, there was a total of 31 trees that were noted in the LOD that will be required for removal, 4 of which will be planted in the parkway, leaving 27 trees that will need to be planted on the project site per city planning. With that, the Bureau of Street Services is requesting that the board approve this permit to remove the 5 live trees.
This was continued from a few days ago, Mr. Tyson, just to shore up some of the documents.
Actually, what took place was we were contacted by the developer and a prior Urban Forestry Division land development manager had approved the plans for these trees to be planted around the subject site, and we didn't know that. So when we were told that, we pulled up the plans. We found that to be true and accurate, and we changed the planting replacement trees to match what had already been approved.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you, sir. Commissioner Sinto.
Thank you, President James. Mr. Tyson, thank you for the report. I just wanted to confirm that the 4 canary palms, is that elective? Because the 2-to-1 replacement is the Chinese elms.
Correct.
And it's good that they're stated and where they'll be planted, but what is the condition, or is that a developer initiative?
Basically what happens, Commissioner, is they're removing 5. It's a 2-to-1 replacement policy, so they're planting the other 10 trees, and the 4 Canary Island date palms, which was agreed upon planted in the parkway, would be 4 of the 31 trees that they would have to plant on the private property side, which brings that down to 27 trees left to plant there. And we agreed with them that we would go ahead and have these Canary Island dates planted in this
Understood.
parkway.
Thank you.
And their plan to plant the 27 on site with the new development is moving forward.
And that is with city planning. They have to monitor that as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Anything further on number 10? I'll make a motion that we adopt agenda item number 10, seconded by Commissioner Repenning. Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 10. Any issue sending number 10 forthwith? We will send number 10 forthwith. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Campos, have we cleared the desk?
Yes, you have.
Okay, then we are adjourned this morning. Thank you, everyone.